Hi, my name is Emma Neiderhaus, and I'm a team member here at the Hills. You may have found me before in the kids ministry or in the nursery holding the babies. Today, I'm going to share with you what God has been laying on my heart about showing grace and mercy to the people we interact with daily. Our passage today comes from Hebrews chapter 4. We're going to start in verse 14. Since when we have a great high priest who has passed through the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold fast to our confessions. For we have not had a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but one who in every respect has been tempted as we are, yet without sin. Let us then be confident and draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace in our time of need. Over this new season of life, God has brought me an amazing opportunity to teach at a Title I school in Princeton, Indiana. I really learned a lot teaching at this class, starting a new grade in 4th grade that I've never taught before, and interacting with 21 new students who each have their own personality. As you can imagine, they are mentally done with school as much as I am. I have been so uptight about them sitting in their chairs, putting their mask on, stop talking when I'm talking, and the list could just go on and on. One day during recess, I was talking to one of my students. She has a really bad habit of sleeping in my classroom, and I just wanted to know, why is she sleeping in my room? So I went up to her one day at recess. She was sitting by herself, and I asked her, I'm like, hey, is everything okay? Well, she began just pouring out her heart to me about how there's some tragic things that are going on in her life. I cannot even imagine how she is feeling through it all. So I got to really thinking, man, I was really harsh on her about staying awake in my classroom and not sleeping and having her sit down all the time when she just wanted to interact with friends. And I'm like, man, I don't know how she feels. But that day, God told me I needed to have more grace with my students. I started to go to school early, pick out a student, and just sit in their chair. I physically sit where they sit in my classroom and just think, man, the weight of what they're feeling kind of just reached to me. I'm like, man, I don't know what this is. I don't know what they're going through, but I could feel it just sitting there in their chair. So I start off every day, close my door to my classroom, sit in a chair, and just pray for that student. Pray that God would just provide for them and that He would give them amazing opportunities in their life, and that I would show grace and mercy to them every day, just because I don't know what they're going through, but God does. He understands exactly what they're going through and knows how they are feeling. So I want to leave you with that challenge, that we would show grace and mercy to the people that we are around every day. Whether that's a coworker, a friend, or a neighbor, I want you to show that grace and mercy just like God does for us, okay? While we may not know our coworkers, our neighbors, or our friends' temptations or struggles, but we serve a God that knows our suffering, and He knows it because He has lived through it, that we may give that grace and mercy that those kids, your coworker, or